What's good, everybody? Welcome to Whole Views. Thank you for clicking that thumbnail. My name is Corey. Today, we're going to be talking about Surrounded, a Western from 2023. So, Surrounded is starring Letitia Wright. It was directed by Anthony Mandler. And normally, I don't watch Westerns, but it was a coworker of mine who we were sitting around talking one day, and he said, Surrounded, have you seen it? And I said, no. He said, check it out. And on his advice, I'm actually quite pleased that I actually did check it out. It was really good, in my opinion. Let's talk positives. The best thing about this movie to me is the production value. The fact that it's not shot on a backlot. It's not in this little built town that they built somewhere out in the West. But they actually went to a location, they went out in nature, they used natural lighting, and they made a damn good looking movie. The cinematography is not anything to really like blow your mind, but at the same time, you can tell that this authentically occurred. This was not a bunch of green screen or backlot and just a set that somebody built and they threw some dust on it to make it look a certain way. Like, no, this was all occurring out in nature where the Wild West, actually happened out in nature in the West. So it was cool the fact that they actually went somewhere and shot this thing. That just makes a lot of sense. Another positive is the fact that you have rock solid performances from a really solid cast. Letitia Wright is the star, but we do have other people who are present who are faces you may recognize from, like maybe Stranger Things or maybe Burn Notice. You might catch a few faces, but at the same time, they don't distract you with their performances. They actually become the characters that they are on screen to play. I really enjoyed it. The only negative that I have in relation to this film is that at some points it does feel kind of preachy. Now, if you watch the channel or you follow the channel, you know that I am a person who calls himself a follower of Jesus. Why would you call something preachy and say that's a negative for you? Well, it's not that the fact that it was preachy from a religious standpoint, it was more preachy in the sense of like racism. And I get it. It was appropriate for the time, especially with her character coming from where she came from and doing what she had to do to get where she was trying to go. But where some of the monologues took place just kind of felt out of place, in my opinion. It just didn't hit all the way right. It don't seem like you would have been saying those things right there. But it does feel right for the character that you would have said those things. So not too many points off for that, but it is noticeable that some of the times when you get the speeches, they kind of go on for a while and they're centered on racism where you would imagine maybe you don't bring this up in this moment. Maybe you bring this up at some other moments because there were plenty of opportunities, I feel like, in the movie where racism could have been addressed and racism was like on the forefront of a certain scene, but nothing is said. And I also get why nothing was said. It just makes sense to, hey, keep your head down and keep it moving. It is what it is. I like the movie. I thought the movie was good on my scales. Let me know what you thought about the film. If you're late to catching it up, or if you watched it and just didn't hear many people talk about it, please drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the film in that area below this video. That's all we got for this one, y'all. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and go watch something good.